I engaged with Martin Gerard simply to sell this house. It's been a project that's been ongoing since my wife died 4 years ago. And it's been about getting the kids over the line to sell. And then once we'd all decided, it was going to Martin Gerard and other high street agents and finding the suitable candidate to sell the house. So I normally have a rule of 3 quotes. So I engaged with Martin Gerard and a couple of other high street agents. What differentiated Martin Gerard from the others was definitely their communication, the use of technology, as I'm in technology myself, so I could understand that. And just, I got a feeling that they cared more than the other agents. Certainly one of the agents who I didn't like at all. So, yeah, that's why. Specifically with Jatin, he was always there on the end of WhatsApp, which was great. So if I had a question or I was a bit concerned about something, I would just ping him a message. He would either get back to me on the same message board, or he would call me directly and we'd go through what was concerning me at the time. Talking about the other high street agents, I didn't get the feeling that that would happen. They were all saying would contact you on a weekly basis for an update, while with Martin Gerard it seemed more ongoing. It just wasn't fixated to a weekly update. You'd just get updated when and whenever you needed it. Well, I've been in Finchley for nearly, over 20 years, and Martin Gerard has been a fixture on the high street. You walk past Finchley Central, you've got Martin Gerard there. So I think that plays heavily in the decision of knowing, right, it's a local agent that knows a local area. It did make a difference because they were able to then bring in prospective buyers that wanted to live in this area, understood this area. Because Finchley as a whole is a large area. You've got central, you've got east, you've got north. And they're all different in styles and flavours. So actually getting people into this area, which is great for schooling. It has some great schools. My girls go to 2 schools. It's in walking distance of the house. So having that basic local knowledge is really important when you're trying to sell a property. I would never have gone with an online agent. I would always look at a high street agent, certainly Martin Gerard, because of the value that you get from the service, because it is personal. I mean, I work within businesses and I'm doing this kind of thing day in, day out, and it's all about what are you getting for the money. It might be slightly higher than others, but you're then getting a service, and I think that's valuable. And certainly with Martin Gerard, I felt I got that. When I was first putting the house up for sale, I had a certain amount of criteria that I needed to meet, because we have, to give you some backgrounds, the whole point of the move was so we'd move in this summer. This summer is our Goldilocks moment when my youngest is about to go into secondary and my eldest is about to go into 6th form. So it's the point of least disruption. So when I was talking to Jatin, I was very much saying, I don't want to see anyone that's not ready to buy, doesn't have the money in place, doesn't have this, doesn't have that. And throughout the whole process, he was very clear on who was coming, what their circumstances were, and I felt that I was being listened to throughout the course of that process. Yes, I thought I could trust Martin Gerard and especially Jatin, mainly because we had open and frank conversations throughout. I'm very big exponent of feedback and constructive feedback at that. And Jatin took that on board. He also then gave me feedback, which is what I needed. And through those open conversations on feedback from visits, on potential offers, on the market, all is relevant for when you're selling a house, because when they first come in, they give you a figure and say, it's worth this. It's only worth that if someone's willing to pay for it. And in a market that we're in at the moment, where it is a very much downturn market, you have to get expectations right. And Jatin was very good and clear on telling me where the market was, whether or not the price that I was originally quoted we're going to be able to get, or whether or not we need to look more pragmatically. I think Martin Gerard went above and beyond. Once I'd accepted an offer and we were going through the process to get to exchange, I think that's when that service and that quality came through, because I had some issues with the potential buyers. They had some issues themselves through surveys, and they're always contentious, because regardless of what you think, selling a house is personal, and it's probably more personal to myself and the girls because I lost my wife 4 years ago. So we're moving away from those memories and selling the house that we had grown as a family in. And it's the first time my daughters are moving. So having Jatin there to help when I started to get wobbly, and just be that strength to say, no, it's okay, we'll get onto this, we'll do this, you don't need to worry, was a real help. I mean, the reason I'm doing this testimonial is because of Jatin's perseverance, his communication, and the service he's given on getting us to the point that I'm now 2 weeks out of completing, which, to be perfectly frank, at the end of November I didn't think we'd get to. And that's down to them persevering with everything, especially after accepting the offer. For me personally, it means that we can move forward, because wherever we turn, there's memories. Whether it's you going to a cafe that we always used to go to, whether it's going into the city, you turn a corner and suddenly that's where wife and I spent, a New Year's Eve and stuff like that. We need to be able to move forward, and without selling this house, I don't think we could. I would recommend Martin Gerard to friends and family, mainly because of the service that they provide, the level of expertise they have, and their local knowledge.